Jabberscotch for life!
Hey, what happened to the goddamn frog?
What's up, YouTube? Thedagem here with another knife collection video. This time for Higgins Large B. This walkthrough is going to be different than the one I did for Higgins A, and that's because the maps are practically identical. In fact, if you know Higgins A, there's only 6 differences, and we'll get to those in a second. The guaranteed knife locations don't change, so there's no sense in showing those 12. In fact, of those 6 differences I spoke of, you could argue that 3 of them hardly count. So instead of beating a dead horse, let's just focus on these differences and get on with it. This is an enhanced version of the map that I got from Geekboxing. It shows that the main cabin has the phone, but more importantly, what we're looking for to identify this map variant correctly is that the shack is on the island and the 4 cabins at Blair's Cove are quite evenly spaced apart. I'm going to show you the regular maps so you can get a good look at the difference without all the extra writing on the screen. Here's map A. Here's map B. Ignore the power boxes. Ignore the phone house. Ignore the cars. Here's map A. Here's map B. The only thing that you notice that changes is the second cabin at Blair's Cove. It disappears and reappears a bit further down the street. Just look at the cabins. Take a look again. Here's map A. Here's map B. Map A. Map B. One cabin moves down the road. That's the only difference with it. It's the same cabin. The knife is still behind the half wall. The cabin literally just moves down the road. Okay, so there's one difference, but that hardly requires its own walkthrough, right? What else? This cabin at Evergreen, the one with the power box. The walkthrough for map A had a knife on this corner right by where the power box would be. I've played map B no less than 20 times, and this cabin doesn't seem to have a knife anymore. I don't think the developers put that knife somewhere else on the map either. I just think the power box got in the way and they said, screw it. No one will notice there's one less knife location. So there you go. You got one less spot to check. Map B suddenly got easier than map A. That's 2 differences. Okay. What's next? The last cabin at Evergreen. This one is hardly worth mentioning, but it is different, so here we go. Here's what it looks like inside on map A. Knife on the corner, right inside the front door. Okay. Here's what it looks like on map B. Knife in the hallway, inside the front door. The one outside on the bathroom, it's still in the same spot, so this is hardly a difference, right? If I were to quickly describe the locations of the knives to somebody for this cabin, I could say there's a knife inside the front door and one on the bathroom. And for both map A and B, I'd be right. Okay, Thedagem, what else you got? Teach me something. 2 things concerning 3 knives, and that's it. Let's do Stillwater first. The second cabin at Stillwater, it still has 2 knives, and there's still one on the bathroom. But the other, instead of being on the rear right corner of the house, it's moved inside the front door. Remember, only 22 of these knives even spawn per match. It might not be in either place, but for map B, the second knife on this cabin would be inside. And we've seen this difference before. There's nothing groundbreaking here. Last up, back to where we started, Blair's Cove. This is the biggest difference in the whole map, and I saved the best for last. The first house at Blair's is no longer Pfeiffer Flat. It's Carmine's Moose Lodge, and it has 2 knives. One on the wall after you open the front door, and one on the rear left corner of the cabin. The one on the rear can be a bit hard to see. It's still on the corner, but it's on the side of the house. Keep an eye out for this one. It's not hard to miss. And that's it. Literally, that's it. A cabin moves down the road. One knife location in Evergreen is missing. Another cabin there looks slightly different, but that hardly changes things. A knife at Stillwater moves from outside to inside, and we have 1 new cabin name with 2 new locations to learn. This hardly needed a full walkthrough, and you may be wondering what took me so long to post this video if this was the case. And the answer is that second cabin in Evergreen. I wanted to be sure that that knife location was removed, and I'm pretty sure. If you find a knife there on map B, I'd love to see the footage. Okay, thanks for watching my video. It would mean a lot to me if you did the drill with the whole rate, comment, subscribe routine, but if not, that's okay. I still like you just the way you are. Have fun out there. Cheers, and happy Friday.